tell you about the time when I lost my ponytail at the Salvation Army.
What? You lost your ponytail?
Oh my God. This just happened in Chicago.
Oh, what?
So me and my mom got into it. This is the only argument I got into with my mom during my trip to Chicago.
Recently.
I just got back, and it was so funny that I couldn't be mad. Yeah. So this is how it went down, right? I had this ponytail. Like this big voluptuous, like Afrocentric, like, black, I don't want to say Black Lives Matter, but you know what I mean. Like,
the dude was saying, "What's up, Queen?" When you
right,
pass by.
It's the Queen hair. Yeah. I had that. And it was just so like amazing. So I had it in, it's like a little clip-in ponytail. Yeah. And to put it on, my hair was like a little nub, like
right.
And then on
you
top
make yours
of
small and then put that one.
And then you throw that on top and the drawstring. So me and my mom, we always go shopping at the Salvation Army. That's just what we do. Yeah. So we went to the Salvation Army and I saw these bracelets and we were trying to like use them as ponytail clips or cuffs. Gotcha. So I kind of give you that little queen look, the coming to America look.
Yeah. Wakanda, on the way to Wakanda. Yeah.
So we having the time of our lives. We in there. And we, I'm putting on the little bracelets and we, she helping me. This is the thing. My mom a little heavy-handed. Yeah. So she was helping me put these little bracelet things on the little ponytail. And it didn't come out, but it was a little loose, right? So I was like, Mom, be careful, and then we going through it. So we leave the Salvation Army. She paid for my little bracelets. They were dope to put on my head.
Right.
And we're driving to go to meet my sister for at the grocery store or something like that.
Gotcha.
We get to the grocery store. I look in the rearview mirror because I'm driving now.
Right.
I look in the rearview mirror like while I'm parking.
Right.
And I notice that my hair is gone, right? So I got I'm looking throughout my first, when I saw it, I was like, my ponytail.
Right. I'm out here looking crazy in these streets. Like,
But my mom, she was like, older people, they like, you scared them too much. She was like, what's wrong? And she was like, I'm having an anxiety attack. Right. And she was like, what's wrong? The first thing my mama said was, don't nobody want your ponytail. And I was like, Ma, you've been asking me about this ponytail since I got it, right? So I just went into panic mode, right? We didn't even park at the grocery store. Yeah. I'm like, let's go, I'm trying to find my ponytail. Yeah. So we driving and my mom, she started recording me, right?
What? So on her phone? It's like
on
video?
her phone, right? Wow. So this is me. I ain't got no ponytail, right? My hair is in a nub.
How mad are you at this point?
I'm pissed because I got shows. Like I think I had the Laugh Factory that night. And I'm like, I ain't got no hair.
Damn.
I'm about to be on stage. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you freaking out.
I'm freaking out. And ain't no alternatives. Like, this is COVID. Like, you can't just go get your hair done.
Right.
And I ain't had no other option. So I'm like, I need my hair. And then she started recording me out. And it's embarrassing, but I was just like, I was like, Ma, get that camera out my face. And it felt like who was the name? Joey Greco? Yeah, it felt like she was on Cheetahs and she was like getting my every move and I was like hitting the camera.
Right.
And so I literally, I don't know if I ran lights, but we drove back to the Salvation Army, right? Now.
Speed. I just imagine you passing through stop signs
and my mama pissed. She like, oh shit, like I can't hear this girl because I think I was gonna be in Chicago 4 more days. Wow. And she was like, oh, if we don't solve this, it's gonna be some issues.
Right.
So I'm driving back to Salvation Army, and she's still recording, and she laughing while she recording.
Damn.
So I literally
was taunting you.
Right. I'm like, Ma, get out. And then I literally was like, I was like, but I couldn't help it because I'm just like, I'm praying. Like I'm praying and pissed off at the same time. I'm like, Lord, please don't let nobody take my ponytail. Please let it be there when I get there. Right. And my mom got the camera in my face. She don't really know how to operate it, so she trying to get angles. Yeah. And I was like, Mom, get out my car. Get out my car. And she just, and I couldn't stop laughing, but I was so pissed.
Right.
We pull up Salvation Army. I don't even know how I did one of those.
Damn.
We looking under
Start
cars.
getting hutch on these niggas.
When I tell you. It was a car or a white van parked where my car was parked before. Because I was looking like, is it in my luggage? Is it in the bag? Like we looked through the car. We looking under cars in the same area.
The wind could have caught it. It could be looking like a tumbleweed.
Right. And I'm just like, it's like, I mean, and my mama kept saying, girl, don't nobody want your hair. Don't nobody. And I was like, I paid $200 for that ponytail.
Damn.
And she was like, oh no, I'm not replacing that. And she just went into her own little inner monologue, and she was like, I ain't gonna even give you half of that. You know, like she was just talking. Right. She jumps out the car, and she started looking under cars too, right? We can't find it, and I'm doing a panic. I look like a crackhead. Remember?
Did somebody stop and ask y'all? Because usually when you see somebody looking for something, you try to help out. Hey, can somebody?
No, everybody was out
doing their own thing. Okay.
Salvation Army. I think it was $2 Tuesday or like half ticket.
Okay, be going down. Yeah.
Right. So
they wouldn't worry about y'all.
Yeah, everybody was. It was like The Walking Dead, the shopaholics going in there and coming out like
Yeah.
And she was looking for under other cars. And I look like a crackhead because remember I got a nub.
You got the nub
on my head, right?
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like the weather is not cold, but it's not hot, so I got like a scarf halfway wrapped around. I got on Uggs with it's just like my outfit didn't match.
Right.
So and then I'm looking like I'm itching, like I'm walking around where's the ponytail? Right. So then my mom, she runs in the Salvation Army, and I'm, right now I'm like trying to park for real because we had parked illegally.
Starsky and Hutch, Dukes of Hazzard.
And she go in the Salvation Army, and I'm parking. I'm just trying to be calm. I'm like, you know what? Let me just chill because this ain't gonna make it no better, And right. I'm laughing too on the inside. I'm like, I'm looking at myself in the rearview mirror, like, Taquita, you out here wrong.
Right. At this point, you gotta find a fitted hat. You gotta.
I was like, so my mom, I saw her, she was stopping and asking people, like the dudes that load the dock at Salvation Army, have y'all seen a ponytail? And at that point, I was like, my mama loved me so much, that, we in this together now. It ain't like you made me do this. It's like we out here
Team
together.
Effort.
And it was just so crazy because she was asking like, yo, have you seen a ponytail, a big
like
ponytail? Like it was an afro, and the dudes are looking at her laughing like, why, like, like, why would we?
She sound crazy. Right. Have you seen a ponytail? Right.
She in the Salvation Army, she come out and she coming out walking slow and she calm. So I'm thinking she got it.
Right. Right.
She did not have it.
Damn.
Then I was like, when she didn't have it, I was like, Ma, you joking? I was like, you gotta be, because she's still recording.
Really?
She still, the whole time, she did not stop recording.
Trying to go viral with this shit.
Right. She was like, oh, we finna be on the, my mama older, so her thought of like going viral is America's Funniest Videos.
Right,
she's like, it's gonna be on America's Funniest Videos. We're gonna win that $10,000.
Right,
and I'm looking at her like, Ma, get out. But like, I'm like, you joking, right? Like, literally, you found it, but you not giving it to me. Is it under your armpit or something? Right. And she was like, no. She's like, she did. She, I think parents have like a dumb look, the same look that kids have when we pee on, pee in the bed and stuff. Like, it's kind of like I know it's a mess, but oh well. Right. She had that look, and I just, and I don't know, something just got in me, and I just like walked past her. I walked back in the Salvation Army. I looked where the bracelet was at, where we was walking and stuff. I walked through every aisle, back and forth, looking up and down. It's like, and then I feel like God was on my side. My grandma's prayers was answered, and it was there laying on the shelf. And I literally, I didn't even say nothing. I just grabbed it grabbed it and held it up like it was Simba from The Lion King. And I was like, I got it. And I held it up, and my mama she was still recording. So she recording me like I captured the wild with my ponytail. And I was still a little pissed, but I wasn't. I was happy.
Hell yeah.
But it wasn't like, it was kind of like, do I put this on in the store, or do I just take the complete L and walk out with dignity?
What I came here for? No, thank you. I don't need a basket. No, thank you.
Security looked at me like I was stealing. I'm like, this is my ponytail.
Right. Well, they put it on the shelf. They was about to retail your shit. Was $200, now $99, right?
And that is the story on how I lost my ponytail at the Salvation Army.
I want to see the video your mama took.
No, I got the video. And she don't know how to airdrop. She don't know how to do nothing. But when it was time to take that video, she knew what she was doing. And then all of a sudden, she airdropping it. She's sending it to my sisters in a group chat. And I'm going to make a little video.
That's
it's so
funny. That's funny. We got to see that footage. We got to see that footage. That's dope.
And then I got braids. I was like, forget this ponytail.
Right. Lock my shit down, Laquita.
This
Lock
ain't going
my
nowhere.
shit down. Right.
The crazy part about it, I went on a date while I was in Chicago, and it was the Windy City, right?
Right.
And after that little escapade, I still had the ponytail. Like,
you need to name this ponytail. At this point, I want to know this ponytail
what's
name.
The name. I think you name hair after you go through something with it. So I know that this ponytail need a name.
Strong, solid.
What's the strong? Harriet? I don't know.
Harriet. Let's go Harriet.
Let's go Harriet.
That's
Harriet.
Like
the underground.
Like the underground. Harriet was in the trenches, dog. Harriet was on the trenches.
But look, I'm outside having coffee with this dude, and I'm like, literally, because the wind started blowing. I'm like, I don't.
With Harriet?
Yeah, Harriet was there. You know, she was trying to, I don't know if she wanted freedom or what, because it was just going every which way. And I had took my scarf and wrapped it around. And
you was like, I ain't taking no chances today.
I turned from Harriet to Marilyn Monroe, you know, and then I got that ponytail in my luggage.
Damn.
But it's a cute ponytail, though.
I got to see Harriet
the
now.
Ponytail. She
Y'all
be
stay
me
tuned
action.
for a picture of Harriet on her Instagram, okay? It ain't going to be no selfie. It's going to be Harriet ass just sitting there with a little fuzz from the thrift shop on that shit. That's hilarious. Well, I'm glad you got some time to go to Chicago. I know when we chopped it up before, you know, you was in the house. Taquita ass wasn't going nowhere. She was on lockdown. After the lockdown was done, she was like, I'm still in here.
Exactly.
So it's good to see you kind of out and about and in these streets. And I seen you on some stages. You hit the Laugh Factory. You was there, and you saw a bunch of Shot-Town comics.
I wound up doing Laugh Factory a couple nights, and then I did Zany's one night. But it was just dope to be home, and it was so dope to be on stage. Oh my God! You know, we haven't been on stage in like a year, a good solid year.
The virtual shows don't cut it.
Oh the virtual shows, they feel like book reports compared to
to recess time we get when we go to a show.
Yes. Oh my, I felt like that was, you know, the high, like finding my ponytail and getting on stage were like the highlights.
What more do you want at that point? You got Harriet in the stage time, you know, so where
Harriet, oh my goodness.
That's fire. So let's get to the good part of what people don't know about you that they should know. You are a registered nurse?
I am.
Wow, registered nurse in the house today.
When I say, and this is the thing, people be like, you a real nurse? Yeah. All the nurses are real nurses, but I'm a registered nurse. I got a bachelor's of science in nursing. So.
Nice. And this was in Chicago?
I graduated from Loyola University, Chicago.
Where's Loyola?
In Chicago.
In Chicago, okay. So nursing was your first kind of passion that you took on first, right?
Yes.
And then you transitioned and decided you wanted to do comedy, because I mean that's not that typical. You know, you out here saying, okay, heart pressure is 128/7. Okay, cool.
You said heart pressure. That's
blood pressure. I've been drinking whiskey up here. Okay, you got your water over here. How did you come about making the transition for that? How long did you do nursing before you did that?
I mean, I've been a nurse for it'll be 2 decades, I think, in a year.
Wow.
I'm aging myself now.
Right.
But I'll say as a nurse, I was always like, you go above and beyond for your patients, right? So it's kind of like you do whatever it takes. And my background is pediatric oncology, stem cell transplant, and hematology. So that's anybody with a disease of the blood, like and cancers. So it was just moments like I rapped for a patient during the spinal tap.
Wow.
And it was an inappropriate song because I worked at a pediatric hospital.
Right.
So it's like I'm rapping Drake, baby, you my everything, you all I ever wanted, you know, and they looking at me like, you know, this is 11-year-old.
Right. Like, he know what I'm talking about.
But
though.
he was good with it. He got his spinal tap. And then I think I was a travel nurse for about 6 years. Travel nursing, they kind of, you pick up and go and you bounce around.
Gotcha.
And
to different hospitals.
To different hospitals in different cities.
How long do you usually stay when you go? Because I have some friends and people I went to school with that also kind of travel and do some nursing stuff. And I've always wondered. So how long do you usually stay? Does it vary?
You normally get contracted out. So a normal contract to start off would be like a 13-week contract.
Gotcha.
And it literally is like you can go somewhere, live for 13 weeks, and they pay for like your housing and your travel. And then you work and you get paid to work. So,
fellas, get you a traveling nurse, okay?
One.
Just get you a traveling nurse. You'll be good for at least 13 months while she's in your city.
13 weeks.
13 weeks. You gotta have a backup plan.
Right, and then after the 13 weeks, they normally extend the contract if they still need you, if they like you. And that is when I started doing comedy. It's while I was a travel nurse, and I started with sketch comedy and improv at Second City.
That's right, Second City, and you do some stuff at
and UCB.
UCB, yeah.
I did sketch at UCB, and improv at UCB, and it was at UCB that it kind of stood out that I'm more of a storyteller, because I would do all these shows, and people would come up to me after the shows, and they'd be like, "I love that story you told." Because people that know improv, in order to do like a scene, you get a suggestion from the audience. You think of a story or you connect it to something, and then you do like a monologue, and then people act out things that are inspired by the monologue.
Gotcha.
So nobody was telling me that my acting was dope or my characters, they were everybody would always say, "I love that story you talked about when you said, X, Y, and Z." And so from that point, I wasn't even trying to be a
stand-up comedian.
Yeah, it was just an outlet. I was in a new city. I didn't have no friends.
Right.
And then my best friend at the time was like, "Oh, you should try stand-up." Me and my brother were supposed to do it together. We took a class. My brother was like, "Let's take this class," because my brother had moved out here by then as a travel nurse as well.
Gotcha, okay.
And I took a stand-up class. We went to audit it. And my brother didn't take it. I took it. That was David Arnold's Art of Stand Up. Gotcha. That was the first time I ever got on stage.
David Arnold success story. David, we're going to need some sponsorship deals this summer. This one. Sponsor me, David. That's the way up. Shout out to David Arnold.
Man, and the thing was, I was in a class with other comedians. I think it was Natasha Pearl Hansen, and then other people that were established comedians that were working on their craft. And I was there. And David had asked me, like everybody was doing their sets. And I was like, "I don't have a set. I never done stand up." And he was just like, "Talk for 5 minutes, go." And that was the first time I held a microphone on stage in the stand up realm. And then after that, I kind of like the rest is history.
You get the little itch and you want to
get the little itch.
Yeah.
I did Ha was my first real stage. And I think it was Janet Russo's Wildin' Out Wednesdays. And it was a Lakers game on.
Wow.
And I had to go, and I bit the bullet. I had a joke that everybody tagged after I did the joke. I think Damon Wayans Jr. followed me, and then everybody else was like just tagging my joke. And I was like, "Oh, okay." It felt so good.
Nice.
And then after that, it was, the ups and downs of comedy.
Yeah, yeah. How many years have you been in the game?
2012. What year is this? So almost
2021.
10.
Almost 10 years. Yeah, come about 10 years. That's that magic number.
Yeah,
Comedians.
That's when you be like, what? This is just me.
Yeah, it's a part of your lifestyle now.
My ponytail fell out.
Right. Take it for what it is.
Right. Yeah, it's not my real hair, but a lot of people be thinking it. So yeah, it is my real hair if you think it's my real hair.
Right. Don't ask no questions.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So this career of stand-up comedy, is that where you kind of want to stay? Do you see yourself continuing to travel and do shows, or do you want to transition? Because obviously, I know you do some writing too. You know what I'm saying? Is that where you kind of ultimately would like to see yourself go out on the writing side, or either on camera side, or a little bit of everything?
Okay. Well, you know what the beauty of stand-up is that it can open so many doors.
Right.
So for me, I have been, especially during the pandemic, all of my comedy is based on my life. It's based on things that I've been through. And I kind of highlight or heighten some of the funny. So definitely, I think my life is a show, I was a nurse, or I still am a nurse. I work in research now. I grew up in a household with a mom with recovery. I'm a dog mom. I mean, there's so many things.
What's your dog name? I always
you already know Blue.
Blue, yeah.
Blue. And his name is
lavish, yeah.
that's my love bug.
Right.
And his name is spelled BLUE because that's a simple name. Ain't no need for a Taquita. And then I was gonna spell it like the cordon bleu name, but then I was like, that's too much.
Right.
But yeah, it's just like so many things about me I think that's interesting. So I have written a couple of pilots.
Yeah.
And I would love to see, where that goes. I created a web series about being a nurse, like a sketch series called Nursing Notes. It's on YouTube. What else? I have, it's just like I tapped into the creative side of me.
Right.
And I feel like when we work 9 to 5s, a lot of times that part of us is like, hush, not now, go to sleep. And during the pandemic, I had a chance to, let that side live as, more than it did before, and just like stay creative. So
right.
I would love to write on a show, create my own show. I like creating. So
Definitely. I can
that
see
would
you doing
be.
that. That's fine. That's dope. That's dope. Well, I'm also glad to hear that you met a new friend in the Chi, and y'all kind of chill and all of that, because I got a lot of friends that's been, with this pandemic too, dating and trying to meet people has got to be complicated, especially because we from a different generation. These young folks now, they'll just download Tinder or some shit and they'll just frolic. But for us, we used to that, the interaction and kind of building a time. How was this? How has it been meeting people and kind of really enjoying the relationships that you already have, let alone meeting new people?
The meeting people, it's been hard. It's kind of like at some point where I didn't entertain the DM slide-ins, during the pandemic, it was like, come on in, everybody welcome.
Right,
just
come on in here, right?
And it was just like you let your hair down and be like, this is just life right now, and then all the rules. At some point they gotta, they just gotta chill because it's just like, what are the options?
These are unforeseen circumstances.
Right. It's just like, what? Yeah. Right. You can Instacart me something. Right. Yeah, come on.
Oh, that's how the dudes do it these days. If they want to try to, let me get you a little food.
Food.
Right.
Food. Because a girl will be eating and be like, oh, especially if it's good.
Yeah.
Like, Then you could hop on that FaceTime, but don't hit me unless you didn't send me a little.
Feed. All right, you hit now. All right, get a belly full first. You know what I'm saying? Then she'll hear what you got to say.
No, but I like organic chemistry. I like the walking somewhere and somebody like, yo, I like that.
Yeah.
And that don't happen. So I have to.
LA, I heard a lot of other places in New York when I lived there, and East Coast maybe the Midwest. I don't know how Chicago is. Maybe a little bit more approachable, but in LA, I hear like it's not as
Chicago is the bomb. Let me tell you. The whole hey, can I pump your gas?
Ooh.
Like that, I was like, I'm home. What?
Right.
Go on and pump the gas. You gonna pay for it? No, you're not. Okay. Well, you gonna pump it.
He said, no, babe, I'm just here to pump it. I'm just here to pump it. I got no money now.
Yeah. Take that. Let me see the rest of your face. Like the Chicago swag be so on 10.
Wow.
I was like, when do you get excited that a man asks to pump your gas? It's like.
Right. So
that's
LA,
what
LA dudes just got to step it up. Chicago, there's kind of a little bit more of a guy you think you can see.
It's the pandemic. LA, all the dudes it's about image in LA. Yeah. And in Chicago, I can get away with running around with that nub on my head.
Right, with the nub. They still going to be trying to holler and say, red pants. Red pants, little nub.
Sis, you need a ponytail, sis,
Right.
But it's just, right now it's just a happy time because I got vaccinated. That's a different story because I know everybody got their soapboxes.
Shit. We want to know.
And then I was just like, as soon as the 3 weeks hit after the second vaccine, I was like, I'm on a flight.
You out here.
I'm like, where you at? I'm just like, it's been too long.
Right. I'm so glad. So happy for you. You know what I'm saying? The pandemic was a little rough for me. You know what I'm saying? Kind of adjusting, and I know a lot of people were. And another thing that I don't think I got to tell you, but you recommended a book for me to read.
Oh, yes.
And that book has been just the dopest blessing. I'm out here reading, y'all.
you always reading.
Yeah, so that book has been good. I definitely want to thank you for that. So I want to order me another copy. And it was actually so good, I got a copy for my mom and sent it to her. So, yeah, I have to plug that book. She ain't paying me, but I think it's still a good read for a lot of people to...
It's dope. Sometimes, it's dope just to reflect on, start your day with okay, we know some stuff might get messed up. We know the day might go for a tangent.
Right.
But then, just to take that minute just to reset,
Right.
Get your intention straight, kind of know, everything is worked for a purpose,
Right.
It makes a difference, yeah.
What's up, man? Look out now. Fellas, she out here throwing good vibes, got benefits and shit, you know what I'm saying? And she breaking the funny. Hey, man, y'all might want to slide a deal. She say this year is the year. She say this year is the year. Yo,
I get it. Yeah, send me a little treat.
What are you looking the most forward to? In the next couple of years, what are you looking forward to? Is there anything that's coming up or anything that you'd like to see happen in the next couple of years? This is the manifest portion of the show.
Ooh,
what are we manifesting? What you want to put out there
before
we get up out of here?
I'm really just in a good headspace with you do all this work, and I'm finally starting to see the fruit of my labors, especially with stand up. I have a podcast too, Love Notes. Where I interview, you were on there.
I was on that thing.
You was on there. You was in the beginning stages.
Yeah.
Where I interview other comedians about medical mishaps, and just writing, touring. I got dates coming, different cities. I'm just ready to just take things to another level. You know what I mean? It's just
I love it. I love it. I'm so happy to hear that.
Without fear, because a lot of times we be like, ooh, I'm scared. Nope.
Right.
Nope. Do it.
Look out. You know what I'm thinking about now, y'all, now that we having this conversation? Y'all remember the memes that they would do after the end 2019 and 2020? It'd be a chick stepping up on the stair, and it'd be what she was leaving behind and what she walking up to. I see you, girl. You stepping into your shit.
I got my little bun.
Right, Harriet on top. You know what I'm saying? I see that meme, though.
Man, that last year, I think everybody, we did the best, that we could. It was just like, first it was like, okay, panic. Is this the end? Okay, no, it's not the end. We still here.
Right.
But like now we coasting. It's like what like how we gonna get through it? And then now that it seems like there's a glimpse of that little light that creep, it's just like I see that light, I'm taking it.
Same here. It was dark as hell last year, man. We had umbrellas, clouds, and shits. Now that there's definitely more light, things are open in Disney and cruises, shows are back cracking. So we feel like kids. It's all about to get a big ass recess.
Yeah, I'm just trying to like enjoy the moment because I think the whole pandemic taught us how quick things can change,
man,
and how quick like our lives can be. We can have so much freedom,
right?
And then all of a sudden you can't go here, you can't do that, you got to wear a mask. You can't see your family. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yep. I think that's the what's the word I'm looking for? That's like the silver lining. Mm-hmm. That's the silver lining is gratitude. Yeah. Which I think is going to ultimately make the world better because we have a better sense of, wow, I'm glad that I have the freedom to do this. I'm glad I have my health. I'm glad that I have, what I do have and the opportunities and what's in front of me. So I think the more that we can let those, the things that we're grateful for resonate and live on those every day, man, we're better people and it's a better place to live in.
Yeah.
So that's fire, man. So please let the people know where they can follow you so they can, hop into your details and your DMs and get you another Harriet part 2. You know what I'm saying?
I'm accepting all Harriets. Come on. I want all of them. Sojourner Truths, whoever you got. Strong.
We're going to name each one.
You can find me. I have a website. It's www.taquitalove.com.
Yeah.
And that's where you can find all things Taquita. Should I spell it?
Please spell it. Somebody at the hospital now. Is that T?
I have to be like, this is how I have to spell. I have to be like T as in table, A as in apple, Q as in queen, UI, T as in table, A. Love, LOVE.com.
Gotcha. And follow on the gram at Taquita Love. Simple
Taquita
like
Love.
that.
Taquita is my Instagram. But yeah, you can search me Taquita Love and you'll find me.
Shazam! Just like that, baby. Oh, it's been a magical episode with my good friend. So proud of her. Can't wait to continue to do well. Cheers, girl. This is for Harriet. I've been your boy, Charlie Wilson TV. I'll see y'all on the next episode. It's Do Tell with Laugh After Dark. We at the Comedy Chateau, baby.
Hey.
I'll see y'all next time. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Charlie Wilson, man. I just want to take a minute to say thank you. I just want to say thank you for supporting and liking and sharing the videos to our podcast, Do Tell with Laugh After Dark. Make sure you subscribe and stay connected. I'll see y'all soon.